Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another glorious edition of Manga After Dark. Sorry I couldn't drop a reaction to the chapter last week. School's been ramping up, the world's been falling apart. So, so I wasn't able to react to the chapter last Thursday or over the weekend, but we're here. Shout out to everyone for rocking with me. Hope the start of everyone's week's been going well. Well, without further ado, let's jump right into chapter 11-15 of One Piece. Shout out to the Viz because since the official is out, we're rocking with the Viz. So without further ado, let's dive into chapter 1115 of One Piece. Pieces of a Continent. It's an interesting title. I have to check out what the TCB scans translation of the title was. Alright, so Ogre Child Yamato Golden Harvest, Surrogate Pilgrimage Volume 5. Hiyori and Otoko are packing me a bento lunch. So they're packing a bunch of delicious foods. Seeing the gang together, that's pretty dope. Alright, so let's dive in. Oh, Wano. Flower capital, Wano. I can't believe this signal. I can't believe this gets signals from abroad. But as for why he was called a pirate, so this is Vegapunk speaking. Orochi had it in the castle. So this is Yamato and the crew, not Yamato, Momonosuke and the gang. So Joy Boy was a pirate. He sounds just like Luffy, said Momonosuke. You've heard of him, my lord? This is Kinemon. The brig naval base G4. Who the fuck? Oh, it's the fake Straw Hats, Demerol Black. Joy Boy, I don't believe he's stronger than our captain, right? Captain, huh? Wait, were there fake kid pirates too? He's not stronger than our captain, right? Captain Kid? Leave the guy alone. He's already dead. This man has no dignity. He has no spine. What? He's now cosplaying as Kid. They're cosplaying as Heat and Wire and then kill. Yeah, that's the captain we love and admire. Kid's the most generous guy around. There's no way that I'm weaker than Joy Boy. No. He said there's no way I'm weaker than Joy Ball. And they say boy. Demerol Black, that man. So we got Marines. I have only read from a handful of poneglyphs, so this is Vegapunk, but what I found there was a recording of the breathtaking vast war. Joy Boy's enemy was the world government of the present day. Immortality. Wait, is that us? If he was a pirate, that checks out. So these are the Marines. So we got Warcree still on the rampage. Vegapunk. We got Dorian, Brogy, and Luffy are running away. So Vegapunk continues. More accurately, it was the precursor to the world government. A provisional army put together by the 20 kingdoms known as the Alliance. Okay. So we got this is another part of Egghead. So this is Marcus Mars. He's walking. He's like emitting hockey. Yeah, he's like hockey is just emanating from Marcus Mars, and he's pissed. This might be Yeah, I think it's Conqueror's hockey. Yeah. So Marcus Mars is using Conqueror's hockey because all the snails are passing out as he's walking through, and he's just like stomping, emitting Conqueror's hockey like a beast. I like this. Vegapunk continues. You might say they had no choice, so robust was Joy Boy's faction. Without knowing the spark that caused the war, I won't say who was right or wrong. I'll simply state that two competing ideologies came head to head. So we got Joy Boy, we got some silhouettes. I don't reckon so, but Joy Boy is clearly in the Nika form, and I don't know if he. I'm guessing we're gonna see Joy Boy's crew's gonna look mad familiar. Like Oda likes dropping characters, grandparents, great grandparents into some of this stuff. So I'm guessing that we're gonna. I don't know. So these could be completely new character designs that we've never seen before, or he's gonna recycle models and try to make it seem like these are relatives of people we know today. Um, so I know some people don't like the whole destiny fate thing. So Joy Boy had like Sanji's great great granddaddy, and like he had a Vin Smoke on his crew. He had like Ryuma's cousin on the crew. All right, Oda. That's kind of wild. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind it, honestly. We didn't like. We don't get it like the lineage. Like it matters in One Piece who your family are. Um, but Oda has done a great job of doing like your family is who you want it to be. So it wouldn't necessarily bother me if Joy Boy's crew was basically the Straw Hats 800 years ago or 200 years ago or whatever. That wouldn't bother me per se, um, because then it will just reinforce the chosen family aspect of it. That even after all of these centuries, the reincarnations of these people still found each other centuries later. Now it could be kind of poetic, depending on how it's executed. But I'm just spitballing based off of silhouettes. Without knowing what sparked that caused the war, I won't say who was right or who was wrong. I simply state that there's two competing ideologies came head to head. So we got Zoe and Zunisha. As I mentioned earlier, for its time 900 years ago, the country of Joy Boy's birth was a startling advanced civilization. So we got the Minks, and the weapon that were used over the course of the hundred-year conflict appear to be impossible to recreate with the latest of modern science. So we got the Dukes. That's amazing. Hoi hoi ho. That's I forgot his name. Fuck. Foxy. What nonsense is this? He's talking peanuts. Eek, boss, I'm starving. Even I, a humble genius, cannot replicate them. So this is Vegapunk. Psh, what is he bragging on about? Paw, paw, paw. Vegapunk continues. And therein lies the problem. So we got the labral phase, and there's something rumbling, and then there's a click. Stussy. Wheeze, huh? It's me, Edison. So Kaku's still chilling in the bubble. Stussy. So Edison continues, lower the barrier and run for safety. Stussy, what? I can't. Anything happens to the Straw Hats before they leave. Edison, honestly, there ain't much point to the barrier anymore. If I can't stop these guys from getting away, so that's was that I think that's Saturn talk. So Saturn's also on the move. I've done all I can to help the Straw Hats make their escape. They can take it from here. Jinbei's running with Zoro. Are you on your way, Jinbei? Sorry, almost there. Don't apologize, Jinbei. We were. That was that you I heard saying something, Zolo? I'm gonna smack you after this. Then you hear, then there's like a sound, dun, dun, dun. So Nami, hurry up. More ships are gathering around the northeast coast. We don't want to land on the water only to get bombarded to bits. So Stussy, that's a relief. Stella would be so upset with me if I didn't help them get away. Nah, he wouldn't know. He wouldn't. Now get out of here. It's Edison. But I don't. So this is, I think, Stussy, but I don't know what to do. Edison, huh? Stussy, without Stella around anymore, who do I have to live for? And Kaku is just chilling. Don't let them use that katana. So Sanji's on the ground. So this is back where Bonnie and them are. So Bonnie's kicking Venestro. Sanji's on the ground. The Giants are swinging their axe and trying to hold Venestro down. The old geezer can cut through anything. Uh-oh. Zoro, where are you? Bio response detected. What? Who is saying that? Bio response. So it's Venestro and it says bio response detected. So Venestro, he kicks, I think, a giant, and then he grabs his sword. And he's going for Bonnie. Bonnie, look out, Bonnie! He slashes and Bonnie moves. Yeah. Then Venus does an upward slash. And he like cleaves off like the top of the giant's mast. Hmm. Can't hold on. Can't hold that future form for long. He's panting. So Vegapunk continues. The Void Century came to a close with the defeat of Joy Boy. So we got a close up of the robot and Zunisha. How long must you jabber on, Vegapunk? And Venusaur's jumping into the sky. The giants. I think that's Kashi. Where is he going? Whoa! Why is Venusaur stanced up? Obnoxious bio response. Is that the name of his attack? Wait. What? Let me go back. Bio response detected. Is he like a robot or something? Bio response. So yeah, so this is Venusaur. He's up in the sky. Obnoxious bio response. And he's aiming and he's looking at the lateral the lateral stratum, Vegapunk, but not before. What? Did he cut the whole thing in half? What? I think he cut the shit in half. But not before leaving vast permanent scars of war. And Venusaur just cut into the lateral stratum horizontally, I think. It's pretty beastly. He follows through with the slash across the face of the world. Yeah, I think he just cleaved it. So the CP0 agents that are in so you see the roof is raising up, and the CP0 agents are looking up like, what the fuck just happened? And we got the Seraphim all shocked. Then we got a bunch of CP0 agents falling to the ground. Wait, where were they at? The world is made up of a series of islands. Sailing between them is difficult, and many people never experience anything but their own culture at home. So we got people listening. Yeah, duh. Haha. Everyone knows the sea is dangerous, but this shared understanding of the world does not necessarily apply to the world of 1,000 years ago. Oh shit, it's Koshiro. Because a cataclysm occurred during the Void Century, causing the world to sink once before. What? So we got Kamabaka, huh? So we got Morley, Dragon, Koala, and Ivankov. So I think these are like ruins of a previous civilization. Vegapunk is trapping all the details. We are currently living on the piece of the continent that existed long ago. We are currently living on the piece of a continent that existed long ago. But like, I mean, imagine the One Piece world filled with a bunch of islands, and his argument is that it's not actually a bunch of islands. It's one massive land mass that got flooded, and that's why there's a bunch of islands all over the place. Is that what he's getting at? Like it was Pangea, then the sea level rose, and then we have islands, but technically it's still one continuous landmass. Didn't get because like Pangea got broken up. So is he saying that the landmass is still one solid landmass? It's just most of it's underwater. Interesting. We are currently living on the pieces of a continent that existed long ago. And we see rubble underneath the sea. And we see a sea king at the lurking in the back. Then we got everyone. Kamabaka is like shocked. Vegapunk continues. The world of a millennium ago now slumbers unseen at the bottom of the seas. In fact, one can assume that in the past there were a number of continents we know nothing about. So we got citizens. This is so wild. Where were you? Oh, this is Nojiko. Where are you going, Nojiko? The world's in danger. Nojiko, you can tell me about it later. I'm going to check on the tangerine groves. Nojiko! Vegapunk continues. if the world were still the same as it was in the past, then the act of erasing 100 years of history would be simply unthinkable and impossible. However, it makes much more sense when you understand that the rise in sea level over a century ago was 200 meet. Let me read that again. When you understand that the rise to sea level over that century was 200 meters, that's a cataclysmic world-ending event. 200-meter rise of sea within 100-year span that would indeed wipe out civilizations off the face of the earth without a trace. What? So you got a bunch of Marines. Nani? 200 meters? Facts. Holy shit, the lava stream is like levitating. These gigantic battleships are only 60 meters long. Almost 4 times the length of these marine battleships. No wonder the whole world vanished. Hey, don't get distracted by the story, see the Marines. Cypher Pole and the Seraphim came falling down to the ground level. We gotta rescue them. Did you hear that? This man's still lying. So you got a bunch of citizens laughing. The old coot's cracking me up. No way any of this is true. Oh, we got Cherry Blossom Kingdom. So we got Dalton. How does such a thing happen? Hee 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 hee. Kureha. There's still so much to learn about in the world. That mountain over there is just about 200 meters tall. So we got some kids. Imagine the sea rising that high. It sounds like hell. How many people must have died? So Vegapunk continues. As for why the sea level rose so much during that century, it would be natural to assume the work of a sudden natural disaster, but I can state for a fact that it was a man-made disaster. We got more citizens listening on. So we got big news. That's just crazy. So Vivi's like grabbing his beak. If such a cataclysm were caused by natural forces, then the initial disaster would have spanned several centuries and inflict slow but continual damage upon the world. But by any measurement of climatology, geology, environmental and atmospheric science, the dramatic shift could not have happened within a single century. So the causes is something else. And when I detected the rise in the worldwide sea level the other day, I had my answer. I knew the cause. Woo! So we got Marcus Mars, we got J. Garcia Saturn, we got Top Man Wark. We zoomed in the three of them. I knew the cause and confirmed its existence. The ancient weapons that sank the world into the sea 800 years ago still exist today, and it awaits the moment that they stir once again. In other words, the vast war that arose during that void century never came to an end. Close up to Emu. I knew the cause and confirmed its existence. The ancient weapons that sank the world into the sea 800 years ago still exist today and await the moment that they stir once again. In other words, the vast war that arose during the Void Century never came to an end. Wow. So all the ancient weapons. So he's not blaming any singular ancient weapon. He's blaming all of them for this. So all of the ancient weapons can cause cataclysmic events. I guess if activated all at once would sink the fucking planet. Wow. Let's see what the title is on TCB Scan. So Bits of the Continent makes sense as the title. Continental Fragments is the title on TCB Scan. Shout out to TCB. Wow. That was an impressive slash by Venus Giro. Okay, so on the reading the scans, so he doesn't. So instead of saying bio, what does he say? Bio. Um, let's go back. Obnoxious bio response. On the viz, it says there are too many life forms up here. I like that translation better than bio response. That's weird. So Joy Boy's crew took on the 20 kingdoms, and that war sank the world. Wow, that's pretty dope. So I'm guessing that Zunisha and the robot souls got swapped into Zunisha and the robot. It's like, cause like we know the Opie Opie fruit. The Otis should recycle devil fruits, and like, all right, we know the devil fruits have abilities. Like, because we see in Punk Hazard, one of the worst anime experiences was watching the Straw Hats swapped out. There were some funny parts. I won't say it's completely bad, but I will say that stretch of Punk Hazard was bad. I didn't like it, but that's a good debut of Law's powers that we see that he could swap people's personalities. So it's possible that Zunisha was a member of the crew, but not as Zunisha the elephant. It was the person had a form they lost, and their punishment was I'm gonna swap your consciousness into Zunisha. Same thing with the robot. That the previous Opie Opie user took one of Joy Boy's crews, like, all right, bam, into the robot. That's possible. It could be that Zunisha and the robot were just strictly on the crew or allies of Joy Boy. Um, so there's Shirahoshi. We know we're and Pluton is in Wano. Shirihoshi's in Fishman. Um, I'm guessing Uranus is the thing that shot Lucia. That's my guess. Another guess could be that um, Uranus wouldn't be on the moon because like the Anel's going to come back into the story somehow, and the cover story is going to make sense somehow. So that would be dope if Uranus was on the moon and Anel comes back with Uranus. But maybe Uranus is what shot Lucia. That's probably the most common explanation. Um, so we know where Poseidon and Pluton is. Uranus, we have no idea where it's at. Is there another ancient weapon we're missing? There might be another ancient weapon somewhere that we haven't been revealed yet. Because I'm curious to see like who's gonna go get Pluton. That's the thing. Because Momonosuke is called the greatest shogun of Wano, or he or something like that. That was how the narration ended. So I don't think Blackbeard pulls up and beats them and takes Pluton, because then that'll defeat the greatest shogun of Wano statement that got attached. Um, like for Momonosuke to be a great leader, he shouldn't be taking L's or major L's. Like Blackbeard showing up and beating him to take Pluton is a major L. So maybe Momonosuke gets Pluton, and he takes Pluton to the final battle. Because whenever they talk about ancient weapons, they say they're dormant, like they're living things and they have sentience. But we know that Poseidon is a living thing at Shirahoshi. I used to think all of the ancient weapons were people or life forms or whatever, but we know Pluton is legit a ship. Um, but is it alive? That's the thing. Like we see Crocus, how he turned Laboon into a living ship. So what if Pluton was like that? Pluton was an animal that got turned into a ship. Like what if that's the thing? What if Pluton's just a giant whale chilling at the bottom of Wano, or a giant octopus or squid chilling at the bottom of Wano? That's also a ship. Like what if that's the thing? Um, and also because like Frankie, like Oh, my head canon was like, what if the Sunny was secretly Pluton? That was my long-standing theory before they said Pluton's at at the bottom of one. Because like Frankie has the blueprints and he built a ship from scratch. You're telling me you're not? You have the blueprints for the strongest battleship in your mind. You don't incorporate any of that stuff into the Sunny. That's wild, in my opinion. That's just wild. If I'm Luffy, I'm pissed. Like, bruh, you had the blueprints for the strongest ship ever, the strongest battleship ever made. You got it right in the noggin, and you didn't put none of that shit in the Sunny. That's crazy. Thought we were cool. Thought we were homies. Thought we were Nakama. That's wild. Um, but yeah, but maybe when Pluton gets revealed, we will see that Sunny has like some of the things the Sunny does. Frankie got from Pluton that might be a thing, like the Coupe de Burst that might be a feature on Pluton that Frankie translate to make it make sense for the Sunny. Um, this is an interesting chapter. So 200 meters of sea elevation if all the ancient weapons go off. Huh. Let me read the TCB scans. Is it possible for such drastic change to happen spontaneously within the span of a mere 100 years, meaning the causes lies elsewhere? My suspicions were confirmed a few days ago when I analyzed the world's current sea levels. This will be hard to accept, but the disaster 800 years ago was caused by ancient weapons, technology capable of sinking the world. And that very same firepower evidently still exists, just waiting to be used again. In other words, the Great War, which ravaged the world during the Void Century, is still ongoing. This translation is far better. Dub, common TCB dub. This is a way better translation. Viz, what are you doing? Viz, come, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? This is like it's like Viz used AI to translate this shit. What are we doing? Like, come on. It's find. Yeah, I just knew the cause and confirmed its existence. The ancient weapons that sank the world into the sea 800 years ago still exist today and await the moment that they stir once again. Yeah, yeah. TCB is way better. Way better. Way better translation. Common TCB dub. But Emu's pissed. Well, I will say Viz translated the grr from Emu. So Emu's angry. So in the TCB, you just see Emu's eyes. In Viz, they make sure you know that Emu's growling. He's angry or she's angry. Dope chapter. So if all the ancient weapons activate, the world's just gonna sink. Interesting. So I have no idea where Oda's gonna go with this, honestly. Like that's the most dope part. I have zero idea where Oda's gonna take this. Um like Sanji, fight back. Why like how did Sanji get tossed like that? Get up! Like Venus Girl's doing multiple attacks. Zoro and Jinbei are running somewhere. Um I'm still not certain how the Straw Hats get out of this. I used to have thought that Luffy can handle the five of them. Nah, he can't. So the robot's still on the way. Yeah, I'm guessing so. The robot's gonna do something. Cause Straw Hats are struggling right now. They're lacking KO pressure on the Gorosei. Um, and the federal government, they're going to get the Seraphim are falling. And the world government is going to retrieve the Cyberpol agents and the Seraphim. So it looks like the world government will get their hands on the Seraphim, which is interesting. I hope S Bear stays with this with Bonnie at least. That was a dope chapter. Let me know what y'all think about the chapter. Well, let me know what you think. What do you think about? What's your interpretation of Vegapunk's words? Was this one giant landmass that just got sunk, or did the war break up the landmass and that's how the supercontinent broke apart and sunk? Was it just like Uranus just blasting holes into the ground? uh, Poseidon's causing making supermassive sea kings, creating massive fucking tsunamis. Um, Pluton, I don't know what Pluton does, but it's a battleship. Does battleship things. So that is question. I mean, but since we know that they have advanced technology, it doesn't really matter. Like Pluton doesn't have to be anything deceptive. It could just straight up be the best battleship ever made because we know that they had better technology back then than they do now. So Pluton can have all like the best of missiles, lasers, all that fun stuff. So Pluton doesn't have to be like some weird, like as I said, like what if Pluton was like a whale, like how Crocus turned Laboon into a ship, or to a submarine. Like what if that's Pluton? Like it's a living being that got retrofitted into a ship. Because the ancient kingdom had crazy technology, it doesn't have to be. It could be anything. It could legit be a great submarine that's indestructible, has that wappa metal, has atom wood, has all that stuff. Could be covered in sea stone for all we know. Who knows? So I'm actually most excited to see what Pluton does. Like the battleship aspect of the One Piece world has been so underutilized. Like I can't like we don't have any major marine battles in One Piece. There's no like ship on ship. Like I would love that like if there was a like for example in Whole Cake, like Cream Mama Chancer versus the Sunny. Like that I wanted to see some more stuff like that where it's like Jimbei or whoever's piloting the Sunny has to strategically think how I'm going to defeat this pirate ship. And the pirate ship is chasing them while Luffy and the main fighters are fighting. I do want to see a ship battle. I do want to see this how the Sunny handles an actual pirate ship or a naval class destroyer. So I'm guessing Pluton will be our one and only marine battle in One Piece. So that's where like the villain has to get Pluton then, because it'll be the Sunny versus Pluton. How does the villain get Pluton? They have to storm Wano. So yeah, it has to be Blackbeard pulling up to Wano. But then why doesn't he kill Momonosuke and take his fruit? Like there's lots of things that well I guess he wouldn't know. That's the thing. He wouldn't know about Momonosuke turning into a dragon. So that's alright. But I'm also making issues about things that haven't happened yet. But it does make sense for a villain to get Pluton because because like there's no ship that the villains have that we have to contend with really. Like the Sunny is like the special ship because we follow it and it does cool stuff. There's not really many cool pirate ships that really focus. The Queen Mama Chance always bring it up because it's alive through Big Mom's powers, which is dope. We should have done more with it. It's a living ship, so we should have had more interactions with it during the whole cake. We don't. What is Kaido's flagship? Do we even know? Did we even see it? Is Onigashima Kaido's flagship pirate ship? The Red Force, obviously. Then Blackbeard's the Saber Zebek. It just looks like a regular. It's a regular marine warship with giant logs at the side. Maybe he's added more stuff to it since, but yeah, there's no real special pirate ships that the Allies would need to fight against. So, in my mind, Pluton has to fall into the hands of the villains to kind of make sense its purpose. Because yeah, if Pluton is the Allied ship, the Sunny is already special, plus Pluton, and then Shirahoshi in the water. It's wrapped. There's no competition. But I could definitely see Blackbeard's like, all right. Oh, so this is what triggers Blackbeard to get the ancient weapons. So right now, Blackbeard's probably. So right now, Caribou's probably talking to Blackbeard. Blackbeard's like, bro, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna kill you. And then before he's about to kill Caribou, he hears the fucking transmission from Vegapunk. He's like, oh, they're like that. Don't kill that guy. Keep him alive. Where did you say that shit was again? Shirahoshi who? Wano what? Got it. Take notes. Augur. Write it down. So that's probably what's going to happen. We're probably going to get a quick jump to Beehive. Blackbeard's like, oh, they nice. And that's what gets Blackbeard to go to Fishman Island And then for Blackbeard to go to Wano, um, Devon shouldn't have Luffy's face. So if Blackbeard goes to Fisherman Island, it will be straight up hostile. Like Blackbeard's pulling up. Um, so yeah, Oda could go a lot of places with this. This is a pretty dope chapter. A lot of cool information. It's awesome seeing a lot of old friends in the series. Watching the Gorosei just menacingly walk around. Marcus Mars walking around dropping Conqueror's hockey. That was pretty dope. But let me know what y'all think about the chapter in the comments. Peace out, manga after dark out.